Well, tomorrow morning I'm heading off with 3 other people to paddle down the Glenelg Rive over near the border of South Australia, and this is the gear I'm taking if you're interested. It's a fairly minimalistic pack with a couple of luxury items, but I'll just quickly run through what I've got here. This here is my packraft. It's a Kokopelli XPD packraft. Some packrafts weigh as light as 2 kilos. Mine's a bit heavier. It comes in at about 6 kilos because it is the 1000 denier that it's constructed out of, so it's a lot more robust, but it does make it a little bit heavier. I'll have a PDF and a paddle with that, of course, and I am taking a spare paddle on this trip, and that's that one there. And then also on the deck, I'll have my deck bag, which is really like a day bag. That'll have things like my lunch and the pump for the kayak and thermos of coffee and some first aid kit and some water and nibbles, that sort of thing will be in there, that red one. Coming over here, I've got my tent. It's a Nature Hike Mongor 2 tent that Anthony put me onto, and I've only ever slept in it one night, and I'm taking that with me. I've rolled up in it a extra cheap tarp from Bunnings as an extra ground sheet in case we do get some muddy ground that we've got to set up camp on. So that's my tent. Next to that is my sleeping bag. Not a real high-end one, but it says that it's good down to 0 degrees. Take that with a grain of salt. I think our overnight low temperatures are around 6 degrees. So hopefully with that and a thermal, I should be all right. Next to that over here, this is my Trekology sleeping mat, and inside of that little bag is a little tiny pump that pumps it up, and that's really handy. Going straight across, this one here is a Alton rain tarp, 3 metre by 3 metre tarp with guy ropes and tent pegs and so on. It's really only taking that in case we encounter wet weather and we want to sit or cook somewhere out of the rain. The forecast has improved quite a bit, but I'm still putting that one in. Next to that one here, my first comfort item for the trip. It's actually a folding chair, so that's my first comfort item. The campsites will have tables and chairs, but I'm taking that one anyway, just in case. In here, this bigger black one, that's all my food for the days on the river. We've got about 4 days of paddling, 2 days of driving, so that's all the food for the river. A lot of dry fruit and soups and breakfast stuff and that in there. Next to that little orange one, that's my it's my sort of kitchen bag. It's got cutlery and crockery and a few bits and pieces in like that. The yellow one there, that's my clothes and personal gear, bathroom stuff and spare clothes, paddling clothes and so forth. Coming across here, so just a little Alton bag. It's more personal stuff that's sort of got all sorts of bits and pieces in, stuff for the fire, extra bits and pieces for the kitchen. I've got this little yellow one here, which is a little airtight waterproof case. They call them a pelican case, and that will hold my car keys and wallet and charging leads for the phone and the GoPro, etc. And that will all be in there, totally dry and then carabined to the packraft for extra safety. The real must protect items are in there. That's pretty much it, I think. So altogether, that's the gear I'm taking. It does go down into it does pack into the pontoons of the packraft itself, and it's a new packraft. I've never carried stuff in the pontoons before, so it's a first go. We put a lot of those little bags will go into one long skinny dry bag, so it'll be dry bags and dry bags, and then they go into the pontoon of the boat. So the only thing that'll be up on top will be the deck bag that I mentioned. I've got a little esky that will go on top of that, and then under that will be the spare paddle that we're taking in case of emergencies. That's pretty much it. We're heading off tomorrow morning, and as I say, we're we've got 4 days on the water, and the forecast is that the first day is going to be a bit wet, but after that it should fine up. So the rain's one thing, the condition of the campsites is the other. The river's not in flood because it flows into the sea just near where we'll be paddling. So anyway, we'll pack all this up, get on the road tomorrow, and keep you posted as we go.